Oh, just playing around with these old circuit boards. Yeah, let me see. Dear Tim and Moby, could you please tell me about Lady Ada Lovelace? From Sean. Sure thing. Augusta Ada King, Countess of Lovelace, is considered by many to have been the first computer programmer. She was born in London in 1815 to Anne Milbank and the poet George Gordon Byron, better known as Lord Byron. A month after her birth, though, Ada's parents separated. Ada stayed with her mother in London while her father left the country. Ada never saw him again. Yeah, it was kind of a rocky situation. Ada's mother wasted no time in taking charge of her daughter's education, though. She'd been interested in mathematics herself, so she strongly encouraged Ada to develop a mathematical mind. She hired private tutors to help teach young Ada, who grew to love working with numbers. Unfortunately, though, Ada was often ill. She suffered from severe headaches and became paralyzed at 14 after contracting the measles. It took almost a full year in bed for her to recover. Well, it helped that she could enjoy homeschool tutoring from some well-known scientists and mathematicians. One of these was Scottish researcher and writer Mary Somerville, who became both a mentor and friend to Lovelace. Somerville encouraged Ada to follow her mathematical and scientific studies and introduced her to various scholars of the day. One of Somerville's friends was mathematician and inventor Charles Babbage. Lovelace became fascinated by Babbage's work, in particular, a machine he'd invented called the difference engine. She paid Babbage a visit in order to see the difference engine in person. It wasn't finished yet, but the machine could automatically calculate mathematical equations in a way that no device at that time could do. She was only a teenager, but Lovelace understood how the difference engine worked and knew it had the potential to be very important. Oh, actually, that was something else. Another of Babbage's ideas was for a device called the analytical engine. It was designed to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers, derive square roots, and make comparisons. The machine could do these things by reading instructions on punched cards. You're getting ahead of me, and please don't do that to my boards. Anyway, soon after Lovelace met with Babbage, she married a scientist named William King. King was a nobleman, so he went by a bunch of fancy titles, including Earl of Lovelace. That's how Ada became known as Ada King, the Right Honorable Countess of Lovelace. She had 3 children, and quickly went back to her mathematical work. Then, in 1842, another mathematician wrote a detailed description of Charles Babbage's analytical engine in French. By that time, Babbage had grown quite impressed by Lovelace's intellect. He'd even given her an endearing nickname, the Enchantress of Numbers. So he asked her to translate and take notes on the French description of the analytical engine for him. Lovelace worked on this for 9 months, adding many of her own unique insights and calculations. Her notes included a plan for how the engine could calculate a sequence of numbers called the Bernoulli numbers. Today, many historians consider this to have been the first computer program, and Lovelace the first programmer. Computer programs, by the way, are the all-important instructions that computers need to perform any function. Lovelace also predicted that computing machines might one day be used to do things like compose music and create graphics. Yeah, she sure was right about that, and we're living proof. Seriously though, Lovelace was a visionary in many ways. She was only one of a few people in her day who got how these early computers worked, and she was possibly the only one who really appreciated how they might be used. It was pretty impressive, considering she lived at a time when women weren't accepted as scholars, much less mathematicians. In the end, Babbage was never able to fully build either of his early computers. And sadly, Ada's health went downhill not long after she published her work on the analytical engine. It's thought that she suffered from cancer for a number of years. Lovelace died in 1852, about 2 weeks before her 37th birthday. Hey, what did you do with my board? Well, good luck with that.